Nigga beat me in Mortal Kombat and left.
Well, don't even
So I felt away a little bit after. I'm like, damn. But I was rested. You see, I put that shit in.
It's all good. Look, I'll let you get the goddamn.
But if you're not a player, you're not a player.
I play that shit, bro. I got that shit in the crib now.
Yeah.
I for sure got that shit in the crib. It's your boy 9A. You know what I'm saying? I'm here. I'm locked in with my boy Knucklehead, man. I gotta call him Mr. Billboard.
Hey.
Mr. Billboard. He got all the accolades. He got. Come on, we're gonna start from the top. We got what songs you got that you shot for that hit billboards? Not shot for, excuse me, that you made beats for.
Just artists that I didn't.
Yeah, like we got the plaque over here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. August Alsina. That was like one of my biggest records. I love this shit. I mean, I did all his early work.
Right.
So, I mean, from the product to, that's when I came into the fold or whatever. But like records like Downtown, Ghetto. I love this shit.
That was like his hottest song.
That was his hottest,
when it came out.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And just from there, I mean, I don't work with everybody.
Yeah, I seen it. You got who else? J. Cole.
I ain't never worked with Jay.
Yeah.
I ain't never worked with Jay. But I mean, from Jadakiss Styles.
Yeah.
Goddamn. Rocko is who piped me up out here.
Gotcha.
Out here in Atlanta or whatever.
So how you get in tune with Rocko?
So funny story, I was in Miami or whatever, Circle House. And my boy, his people own that studio, Lunch Money or whatever. Y'all probably know who that nigga is or whatever. But I was there visiting him. And Rocko happened to have the what was that, the back room or whatever, the cabana room blocked out. And somebody was like, hey, y'all probably should, you might need to introduce yourself. I think he'll go hard on your shit. So, long story short, I ended up going into the room with him or whatever. I remember it was Reed, what's D Rich? He was there. That's
okay, I remember D Rich, the producer.
Yeah, he was there working with D Rich or whatever, and they were some cool niggas, humble niggas. Even D Rich, humble ass nigga, because it was his session, and he let me come right in and plug up or whatever. I had my little USB plug up. I played like 2 beats.
Yeah,
and nigga D Rich was like, "Oh, he gonna love that shit. Wait for that nigga to come in or whatever." So, from there, like I said, I played him some shit. He went into it right then and there. And then the first time we ever worked together was Halloween of 2012. That was the first time we ever locked in. And we did probably like 6 records that night.
Okay.
And, from there, that's how, I mean, I did M's for Rocko. I think that was like the biggest one that, I know niggas know in Atlanta. It was on the radio and shit, so. But Rocko kind of took me under his wing for real, you know what I mean? And shit, that's just how I started bumping into all these motherfuckers for real.
I got you. So, when you were, getting in tune with other artists like, the August Alsinas, the Jadakiss, how did that make you feel? Was that like a stepping stone? Where you like, damn, boy, I finally made it. I'm working with known artists.
It was, bro, and. I say that because, like with Jada, I grew up listening to them niggas, like the Locks or whatever. And I was always intrigued by Swiss Beats, his production. So that's how, I became a fan of them for real. And I always looked at it like, I've not necessarily made it, but I know my shit is quality because Swiss was everything to me when I was growing up. So, to hear them niggas rapping over my shit, it was just like surreal. Like, okay, I've arrived. You know what I mean? So.
I got you. So, let's talk about like the business side of being a producer.
Mm-hmm.
What were some things that you learned that you think will be helpful to other people trying to come up as a producer?
For one, get you a lawyer. Don't sign shit that don't look right or don't sound right. You know what I mean? That's rule number one. Like, it be so much fine print in those contracts
that you don't even
that
know.
You don't know shit about. And, you know, I didn't been down that road. I didn't sign bad contracts. And you just like, when it's time for the money, you're like, hold on. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a whole clause in there about, you know what I mean? You just kind of get to find out who the sharks is for real with this shit. Don't be too green to, you know, think everybody fuck with you or trying to give your shit away to everybody because niggas will take advantage of that shit.
For sure. For
real.
So what do you think is your biggest song to date that you produced for?
My biggest song to date. So I would say that I love this shit simply because it was like
that was hard. I remember that. Yeah.
With the remix, Chris Brown. I mean, I don't think nobody. I mean, bigger than him at the time. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, but I think like as far as like biggest street song I ever did was "This Life" for Kodak. I think that was probably one of my biggest.
I don't think I heard that one. I probably heard it, but it probably just, you know what I'm saying. But I didn't even know you made something for Kodak.
I made something like it was on the Institution.
Okay, so I heard it. I heard Institution all the way.
Yeah. So, you know, because that's one of them ones that motherfuckers always like, nigga, I ain't know, you know, like you made that shit. Like, you know, like it was crazy just to get the response from that times, you know, the shit that went number one. You know what I mean? But I mean, it gotta be. I love this shit, but on the street level.
On the street level, okay, I got you. So, how do you go about presenting yourself to the artist to get your beats to them? Is it just building relationships or
relationships? That's another thing. Like you was talking about about business and your relationships are gold. Like you can meet a nigga not doing shit today, and tomorrow he
be balling.
You know what I'm saying?
He done I got you.
And it's all about how you treated that nigga the first time you met him. You see what I'm saying? Like all my relationships come from me just being a genuine nigga. You know what I mean? And for real, just like just being genuine.
So, as far as you, you know, making your beats, you know, there's a lot of people that have issues with artists, you know, using loops. How do you feel about producers using loops?
Man, to be honest, man, that shit been the way, for real. It's been the way. Like, I got loops from, 2009, 2010, like, it's been a thing. It's just everybody catching on now, for real.
So why you think people have an issue with producers using loops?
I believe they feel like it's cheating, in a sense. But the way I feel about like the whole situation, as far as loops and all that samples, like why would you use a sample, try chopping up a sample that you got to get cleared, where most of these loops are already royalty free. So it just, to me, it's just common sense.
So we can go ahead and just say it now for the camera. Your favorite producers are using loops.
They use loops.
They're using loops. So there's nothing wrong with using loops. People just feel like it's a shortcut.
It's definitely a shortcut.
So I guess what I would say is, why would people be angry at a shortcut? It's something that'll help benefit you in the long run anyway.
I feel like producers need as many shortcuts as we can get. You know, because we get treated the worst.
You think so?
Man, I mean, I look at it like this. I look at like producers, up and coming producers. I feel for them, for real, especially the ones who ain't landed a major placement. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas just, you know, even if they do use your shit, they gonna treat you like,
yeah, they gonna milk you until ain't nothing left.
Like, man, all right, on to the next. You know, so you gotta be stand up and fighting for your shit, but at the same time, I just can only imagine how it is now, times when, you know, the earlier days. You know what I mean?
So has there ever been a point where you were put in a bad situation business wise, or like maybe you didn't receive your money from artists or label?
Man, just I mean, even through lawsuits. Excuse me, like if somebody else having an issue, it's gonna hold everybody money up. So let's just say if me, you, and another person produced a record, collabed on some shit, and this nigga over here ain't happy about his cut on the record, niggas will put a whole hole to that whole situation.
Dang, and they just throw
everybody off. You know what I'm saying? So you see what I'm saying? So it's just like it's so many different loops that you can get caught into where, you know, some niggas will try to just run off with your shit straight to iTunes with it.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So
when you you know what I'm saying, you making your beats, what are some of your go-to sounds? Like, what do you just go off what the song provides, or
my go-to sounds? I mean, I'm more of the latter of that. Like, I go off of whatever the song provide or whatever the vibe I'm in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or just like the overall vibe or whatever. Like, you know, as far as VSTs, I like Expand. You know, of course, I guess the cliche or the answer that everybody think I would say, I guess, would be Omnisphere.
That's what they're looking for. That's what they're looking for. I don't be saying Omnisphere.
Yeah.
I don't be saying it.
I fuck with like, for real, like natural sounds, or, you know, I mean, I like my crazy shit too. I mean, but Omnisphere, man, depending on what you working on, that shit can take goddamn forever to open.
For sure.
So, you know what I mean? Just on some real shit. But Expand, I like Expand a lot, bro. It sound natural. You know, good strings, the horn straight. You know what I mean?
For sure.